Nice.
What does Ubuntu mean?
Ubuntu means, in very broad terms, unity within community, where people work together for the greatest benefit of everyone in a community, where money does not exist, and we create abundance for everyone.
And I would say to you that, Alan, you said that, you know, without a vision, the people are lost. I would just suggest that, you know, you have the people who are running the operation here, you know, give you a copy of the talk that we all had this morning, over in whatever hall it was, Noble Hall. We all talked together and established a major overarching vision of exactly what it is we're talking about here. And if they'll give you one for free, go get it. It was our talk this morning at 9:45.
We can talk to Victoria about that.
And you can get it. And,
but okay,
and it'll give you the vision.
So how can people find more about, what's the website?
Go to ubuntuplanet.org and join, and start telling everybody else. Read what it is we're doing, realize how simple it is, and become the seed of consciousness in your own community.
And Richard, what's your contribution to the vision of unity and transformation?
I'm working on I try to put information in the hands of people so that we can use it to empower ourselves. I'm doing prior to doing my final study of the relationship of UFOs to the power structure, that's volume 3 of UFOs and National Security State, I'm in the process of doing a book on false flag, history of false flag operations, and really to help people how to identify them as they come down the road. It's my belief, contention, that we live in an era of false flags, a particularly pernicious virus affecting modern society. And I think that rather than getting taken in by the next big thing that comes down the pike, I think that we can actually have the ability to identify these things by seeing patterns, and I've been trying to identify those patterns for the past number of months. I think I'm onto something, and I'm putting it together. Main thing I would look for, by the way, for the next false flag, watch out for them trying to pin something on Iran. I'm quite convinced that that's going to be next down the pike. They've been hating on that one for a while, and but really, this is something that's been going on for really in a big way for the past century or so. It's sort of an ancient phenomenon, but it's actually really a modern phenomenon. And I just think in understanding what they are, we're empowering ourselves.
And what about the UFO front, disclosure? How do you see that going?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be working on UFOs till the day I die, I'm sure. I'm working on my 3rd volume, which will cover the last 20, 25 years of UFO history. I think it's important that we know our history. If we don't know the history, it's basically we're living in a world of amnesia. So I'm dedicated to being a historian of the phenomenon and to looking at the phenomenon as it's affected our society, how our government is basically being affected by it, and just doing my best to understand it as a historian.
RichardDolan.com, is that your?
RichardDolanPress.com. I publish books by myself and other really interesting authors. A couple of them I think are here, or prospective authors are here. I'm very proud of them.
Thanks for being here this weekend and being such an amazing researcher. Really, thank you.
I love it here. I loved it here. Loved it here.
Thank you. Linda.
Well, 16 years ago, I started earthfiles.com with the idea of having sort of an intersection where people who had experiences in the real X-Files could be amid science and environment news, because I think that gives credibility. And I hope that in the 16 years, Earthfiles has been able to play a role, I hope, of giving people that permission to come forward on subjects that they never felt that they could before. And I know, just based on the thousands of emails and mail and all of the river that comes through my office all the time, that original vision of being able to try to give a place where people could come and tell on or off the record, it seems to be providing at least a place for those voices. And I am seeing that it is growing. It is growing faster than I ever saw in the previous 15 years. So I think something has shifted, and I am standing by, happy to report about everybody on everything at this wonderful panel.
Thank you.
Wow.
You're going to write about this on Earth Files.
Oh, man, all of it.
And talk about it on Coast to Coast.
Well, and going forward, what we've got here there are so many things that could unfold, and I'm now so fascinated in what Pope Francis might do in terms of the Jubilee. I think that's one of the most exciting things that I have ever heard, and I want to cover that.
Okay, we'll get to that. Stanton, where are you off to? What's up? What's
I
next?
have a program to do tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. I have a workshop tomorrow on Bentwaters. I forgot that.
I'm very impressed by the quality of the discussion. I'm intrigued with the stuff about the Pope. This is an exciting time to be alive, and I haven't been at a conference where there's been this much enthusiasm, if you will. So I'm grateful for the opportunity.
It's growing. It's a movement. This is not a conference, it's a movement. Thank you for all your work for the past 60 years. Thank you. Oh, something like that. Almost. Danny, thanks for your contribution. And go, yes?
Yeah, no, I just say it, that it developed this morning in our conversations from 9 to 11. And they're up there, and you can get them, and perhaps they'll just, as I say, give you one, and you'll hear the entire discussion of how this whole thing fits together in a major umbrella.
Like, give us a little piece of that.
Well, no, just get a copy of it. It's free. I mean, hopefully, give it to them for free.
Okay.
No, I don't get anything for it.
Wait, so
just take it.
Where can we find you?
Yeah, it's we're
Poor DVD guy. You're gonna all 150 people.
No, just tell them it's only one. It's only one DV out of 100. You know, the fact is we had a long discussion.
Victoria's nightmare here.
We had a long discussion of this evolution from religion to spirituality. You know, and ask anybody who was here this morning. You know, that's exactly what happened. So just get that, and it'll tell you everything you need to know.
Thank you. So where else are you going to be? Where can we?
I'm going back to teach my constitutional law class at the University of California at Santa Cruz. Finish the second book. Go up to South Dakota to complete the transfer of $65 million from the state of South Dakota to the Lakota tribes to recover their children. To reestablish their Teoshpai system. You know. So that's what I do. I do this stuff all the time. I do this as a dare I say it, religion.
It's okay. Danny, thank you for everything you've done. We appreciate it. Victoria Jennings, where are you off to? She runs this place. She stays. No, what's next?
Oh my God, everything. I have to tell you, I so love all these people up here. And I just met this guy, he's like my favorite friend. Because he thinks just like my husband wherever he is. I just love him. Anyway, I want you to know, every year you amaze me more and more. Because each year you come in more brilliant than you were, more greater than you were the year before. Please, I just want you to give yourselves a hand, really, seriously.
Yes.
You're the greatest. We're going to be putting on more and more of these kinds of programs, and we're also going to be doing Contact in the Desert in New York, and hopefully we'll be joining Michael there in South Africa and other places in the world. We're going to make contact in Africa, contact in all sorts of places, contact in New York next year, and we're really excited about the new thing that we're doing. It's called Heaven Can Wait. We want to bring this kind of quality information to you because that's what helps you in your evolution. The more you come to know, the more you begin to understand, the more you understand. Again, I go back to the same old thing. It's about changing our state of being, becoming greater than you are. Turn around to the person next to you and say, I am the greatest human being in the world. Do it now.
Stanton. Stanton and Dan. Well, okay, that was really great. I'm Alan Steinfeld, and you could see my videos on YouTube, youtube.com/Newrealities, because it is for me about awakening a new reality, and if it's this approach that Danny's talking about, I'm all for it, or what Stanton's been talking about for the last 100 years, or Linda, or Richard, or Michael. This is the world we're creating. We're creating something new. It's been an incredible weekend. I think for me, the spiritual awakening is about going within and making contact to something inside of us that's awakening to something greater than we have known ourselves to be, and we're waking up to a greater humanity. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to have a James Gilliland is coming out here. Thank you. James Gilliland is coming out soon to do a calling in of whatever he sees out there. So he'll be here in about, I think, 15 minutes. So thank you all. It's been really fun.